I have a big, white, fluffy dog here laying next to me. The dogs woke up early and I let them outside. And the dog that we're dog sitting for a week went back in to the bedroom and I let him sleep with my wife because he was going back to sleep. And I took the other dog and went into the guest room and I'm laying down with Murphy, our dog. And he is a Great Pyrenees Border Collie mix and just this big, beautiful thing. And he is laying next to me, upside down, with both his front paws just kind of bent up towards him, so cute. And it's a happy thing. It's a really happy thing, and that's the thing that I wanted to talk about, because it does seem like we are one of the, what's the terminology? I'm always trying to look for the right word. I don't want to sound smart. I mean, I guess I do. We all want to sound smart. But I also don't want to get so intellectual that this isn't, because I'm not intellectual. I'm definitely a layman if there ever was one. I'm curious. I am curious about so many things. But sometimes I look for the right words to use. But in the human race and the human needs, trying to figure out what life's about is tough. I mean, the meaning of life is one of those questions that has evaded us forever. Some people have answers, some people have questions, some people don't know. I think most people don't really know. People of religious background often have an idea of what they believe life is about. People who are more agnostic or atheistic or haven't really, not philosophical, have maybe not thought about it too much. But in the end, I have a little bit. Not saying I have any answers, but I have that brain that doesn't turn off, and that means I start asking questions and I think through things, and it doesn't mean I come up with great answers. It just means that I'm curious and I love to learn more about it. One of the things we get caught up with anxiety and living, and if you hear the licking in the background, it's because my dog is hearing me talk and has started to move around a little bit and clean himself this morning. So apologize that for the background sound. Hopefully it's okay. Murphy, it's okay. Let it be, buddy. Yes, it's okay. But we have this question. What is life about? What are we trying to do? Is it about pleasure? Is it about meaning? I think it's a combination of the two and maybe more. But is it about following God's, commandments? Is it about having the most things? Is it about spending time with the right people? Is it about doing good and giving back to society and to the world? There are a lot of ideas out there. Probably it's a mixture of all of them. I don't know. But we do seem to be chasing that thing. And sometimes in the process of chasing it, we lose it. And that's why I mentioned the dog laying next to me this morning, and that is, it's one of those things where Murphy, he's going to town over. Murphy, just chill. Somebody is antsy and wants to get up and go for his walk, and I'm trying to keep him quiet a little longer before we take him for walks. So, Murphy, it's okay, buddy. Hey, that's my hand. You can stop biting my fingers. Yes, thank you. He's so cute. It's hard not to love on him. Go back to sleep, bud. I think he hears me talking and he thinks the more I talk, the more it means it's time to get up. So that maybe was the mistake. But what I'm trying to say here, sorry for the distraction, is it possible we get so caught up chasing, trying to make the most of this life, that in the process we miss the essential parts of this life? I see that in myself a lot. And I try to slow down. And I've been really, the last several years, trying to enjoy what's around me, the simpler things, instead of foregoing those in a quest to find the bigger things. Because the bigger things rarely, in my experience, are as wonderful as we imagine they are. And bigger things I'm thinking of is, amazing career success, or tons of money, or finding just that perfect person to be with. So many people are chasing that relationship hierarchy where they want the more beautiful, the more successful person. And a lot of times that isn't even conscious. A lot of times that is just, hello. Okay, I have a dog now standing on top of me and sniffing the microphone. You probably heard that. Murphy, just lie down. Good boy. Good boy. But having the dog lay next to me is one of those things. It's like I can get up and start studying and doing some more research for the podcast. I can get up and get out early and get the exercise that I try to get in the morning. I can get up, walk my dog. I can get up and do so many things. And those are important things, and it's important to have that routine and do things that are healthy for us. But not in the process of sacrificing our pleasures, the enjoyments, the simple things that happen in life. And one of those is having a dog lay next to me on the bed. Even if he is licking himself and antsy and moving around and standing on my stomach. But now he just laid back down again. And most of the time, though, he just curls up here and he'll lay here. He'll sleep on the bed all night long sometimes. We have a crate for him too, but sometimes he'll lay here all night long. But allowing yourself just to take a breath and enjoy the moment without thinking about what's next, without thinking about the worries you have, which, for those of us who struggle with anxiety, and I also have ADHD, and that combination is so much fun because the brain does not turn off. And right now I have tinnitus in my right ear, and I have some akathisia. My body wants to move a little bit. This is all after effects from my benzodiazepine experience. But I can push those aside for a bit and just enjoy the moment. I can worry about what's going on. I can worry about what's gonna happen. I can run what ifs forever through my head. And trust me, I have a PhD in what ifs. Or I can let those things go for a bit. And yes, I found ways to let those go, at least for a while. And I can be in the moment. Be in the moment here with my dog. Be in the moment today with my wife as we go through the day. We got football today. This is the playoffs for the NFL, and I enjoy watching some games. We had 2 yesterday, and we got 2 today. And my team, the Kansas City Chiefs, yes, I will say that here. I'm the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan, then a Denver Broncos fan, and then a Chicago Bears fan. And the Bears haven't done much in a long time to get my attention. Broncos haven't been doing great lately, but the Chiefs have been doing pretty well, and this year's been rough. But anyway, don't mean to get off on football. Don't get me started. I can talk forever on it. It's my guilty pleasure. And not that guilty maybe, but I watch really one sport thing, and this talks about those simple things. This is another aspect of that. I really get into one sport of the year. Never played it. Football. I mean, I played backyard football. We had an ongoing game for years with some friends I grew up with. We play the day after Christmas, after Thanksgiving every year. The Greystone Bowl. It was classic. But we've gotten a little old for that, and the injuries piled up, and so we stopped doing it. But I never played organized or professional ball. But I love to watch it. I love the strategy. I love the intrigue. I love seeing the athletic prowess of the different members of the team. And is prowess the right word? Maybe not. But the athleticism. I kind of hate that word. But seeing what human beings can do when pushed to the limits is pretty amazing to see. And it's the game, and that goes beyond it anyway. I like to sit down and watch that, and I allow myself those times to do that. And I like to watch it with friends who like to watch it with us and family. And I allow myself time to do that too. Work will get done and work will happen, but I have a tendency to work all weekend sometimes. And I need to stop that. And I've started to reduce that. And right now my weekends I'm keeping separate from work. And I'm trying to do that. Here I am on a weekend, Sunday morning, and I'm recording this. So I guess this is work, but this actually is not work to me. Recording this podcast is work, but it doesn't seem like work because I love it so. My point in all this is we can be so busy chasing our idea of what happiness will be. I can spend all my time building up my easing anxiety channel and this podcast and everything around it. And I can spend all my time getting that built because I know once I do, I'm going to be happy. And that rarely works that way. Number one, I may never achieve it. Number two, when I do, it may be nothing like I imagined, and it may come with all its own headaches. Number three, I don't even know what I'm trying to achieve. I'm going to keep building this, and I need to, for many reasons. But I can't let the life I'm living be pushed aside the whole time. Those of us with anxiety do that so much. We're so worried about things that might happen, so we work so hard to prevent those things from happening. And in the process, we're never enjoying the moments we're in. Boy, I do that a lot. Blocking out time, blocking out sacred spaces for you where you can just be can be so important and so beneficial. Laying here on the bed with a now quiet Murphy dog is a very happy thing. Laying here talking to you with Murphy laying next to me is a very happy thing. Just accept it. Enjoy it. I'm happy right now and I enjoy this. That's kind of cool. So many times they've talked about, what in the end really mattered in life. And I know many studies have shown that material possessions, having more money, having more things, having the better car, having the better house, rarely really makes us happier. And that experiences usually are the things that make us happier. But we can even get caught chasing the experiences. We're always looking for the bigger experience, the better experience, the experience that other people are living that we don't have yet. And so often miss the experiences that are already going on in our life that are so special. Spending time with loved ones, playing a game of cards with my family, laying in bed with my dog. They don't sound grand, but they are grand. And they make all the difference. If we stop allowing ourselves to enjoy the smaller pleasures, and I say smaller not by being demeaning, but the simpler pleasures in our life. I think simpler is the better word there. But if we miss those because we're chasing the big ones, we're missing everything. Having a lot of money, having a lot of fame, having a lot of success, having the best job, do not inherently make us happy. In fact, they often wind up the opposite. And if you don't believe it, look at a lot of Hollywood stars or extremely wealthy families. They have just as much depression, anxiety, mental health difficulties as the rest of us, if not even more sometimes. If you can't find the joy inside of you, if you can't find the joy of just spending time with people you care about, if you can't find the joy about reading a good book, or watching a movie with friends, or playing games with your family, or taking a walk with your dog, are laying in bed on a Sunday morning with a big fluffy puppy next to you, then we're going to miss a lot. And life will pass us by. Take time this weekend, or whatever you're listening to this. It might be a weekday, but take time today at some point. Even just for 5 minutes. Stop and enjoy where you are, what you're doing, the people around you, or the nature around you, or the silence around you, or the noise around you. Just be in the moment for a few minutes and see if it doesn't help make your day a little better.
Hey, this is Dee. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking out our podcast. I do need to remind everyone that this podcast is for informational purposes only and should never be considered medical, psychological, or professional health advice of any kind. If you or someone you know is dealing with significant mental health issues, please seek professional help. Resources can be found in our show notes and on our website at unevenpodcast.com. Take care of yourself, and I'll catch you on the flip side.